Awesome. Okay, so energy moves through the body in three ways. Okay, can you guess what they are? One is sound. One is sound. So anytime you sigh, you're literally diffusing anxiety, or you're letting it out subconsciously or consciously. A scream, obviously, is releasing anxiety. Laughing could be also that. Like a sound, any sound is good. Another one is movement, moving your body. So energy can get stuck. Fear, anxiety can be stuck in our, literally the cellular memory of our own 30 trillion cells that we have in our body that replenish every 30 days. So that's movement. I'll go through them first. There's sound, movement, and the third one is breath, breathing. Okay, so what do you notice about all three of those things that that they have in common? Well, one is they're in your body, right? So being in your body, is that in your mind? Like you're like from the neck up or from your neck down? Neck down, guys, neck down, neck down. But how often do we get stuck and trapped in our own swirl, living in our heads, being stuck in our heads? And this is something I so relate to because this was my life. This was where I lived. Even though I was an athlete, even though I moved around a lot, I probably used my voice a lot to talk and move my body, I still didn't channel the anxiety to get out of me, to release my fear so that I could complete it and move out on the other side, to trust that I was okay, to take the breath, to know I could trust myself and I could live in the world and trust the world, and so on and so forth. So that's actually a key part of diffusing anxiety, is to know it's not in your head, but to know it actually lives in your body. But we need to channel that in the way of breath, sound, or movement to get released. So give me a release in the chat. And if you're in Zoom, you can put it on the chat. Give me a release if you feel like that's something that you can relate to. So one of the ways to do this that I love, and I'm curious if anyone relates to this, what could be something you do at any time to release some of this, diffusing anxiety? It could be anything I just mentioned. One of them is a dance party. Literally put on some music and just move around while you're brushing your teeth, while you're getting ready for the day, while you're taking a shower. Literally just moving your body along the lines of music, because music can help move whatever lights you up, right? It doesn't have to be anything other than your favorite song or something you want to hear in the moment. That's a really, really good way to do it. So that's my first invitation, is have a dance party. And then these other ones I want to introduce today are really, really powerful. These are from Gay Hendricks. Anyone know Gay Hendricks? These are called fear melters. Fear melters. And I learned these from a delightful woman in my Women Rocking Business program, Megan. Thank you, Megan, for passing these along to us. But there's 3 fear melters that I want to share today that are really related to how you deal with fear, because there's basically 3 responses the nervous system has to fear. Okay, and you're probably gonna go, oh, I know these, because they're our reptile brain. They're the ways our real core primitive nervous system responds when we feel fear / anxiety. Anxiety is just another word for fear, in my opinion, right? It's a little different. I'm sure there are nuances, and I'm not discounting that in any way. But the body stores that, right? And so there's 3 ways that happens. So thinking of that reptilian brain, does anything come to mind? Any words come to mind in terms of our responses to fear? Just type them into the chat if you feel them or know them. I would say they are fight. Now you're gonna know them, right? There's fight, flight, or freeze. Those are the 3 very common, remember we're all human, denominators that all of us choose based on a lot of different factors from our childhood, from trauma that we've experienced in our own bodies, big or small, conscious or unconscious. And we tend to gravitate towards one of those 3 responses, fight, flight, or freeze. And so these are called fear melters. Again, they're from Gay Hendricks. I want to credit her. And they're in response to these. So what can you do? And remember the 3 ways that it gets out of your body. And so we're really going to be using movement for these. So I invite you to stand up wherever you are, or do this wherever you feel is comfortable for you. but we're going to practice these because this is literally to discover your style and then go to this the next time you feel the anxiety. Okay. Whether it's today, right now, maybe in your moments that you're having in this beautiful day, or tomorrow or whatever. Okay. So fighting, let's go through each of these. So fighting, let me stand up here. You see me here. Fighting, this wonderful lamp behind me. Put up your hands like you're going to fight. Like, how would you take a stance to fight? All right. So you got your dukes up, so to speak. You got your fists, hands in a fist, right? We're tense and we're ready to defend. So that is our fight response. Literally, our body wants to like duke it out, really. Okay. That's one. The second one, I said fight, flight. So fleeing means you want to leave. You want to just run away. Okay. You disembody yourself. So the idea is like, okay, I'm going to exit over here. So the idea is that we can do the opposite of that. Right. And so imagine now you're kind of in a sumo wrestler stance. Maybe you've got a little squat, little legs bent. Okay. You're now in this heavy, wide stance with your legs. And maybe you're like rocking with your core center of gravity along your pelvis. You're telling your body literally as you do this, I'm safe. I'm okay. Your neurology is like, oh, I must be okay. My roots, my legs are planted firmly on the ground. I feel weight. I feel heavy. I can stick around. Right. So you could literally just practice this being here, being in your sumo stance, we'll call it, telling your body I'm safe. Even if it's like 30 seconds, it works really well. Okay. So that's flight. So the last one is freeze. So what is freeze? So freeze is when you just want to like, imagine you sink into the shadows and you're camouflaged because you don't want anyone to see you. Okay. It's different than the other ones. So this one might, imagine this where you're tense and holding your breath, like you're literally frozen. So whatever your stance is right now, just freeze in that. Maybe close your eyes so you can really feel this. Maybe you're tensing up your muscles. Yeah, great. Okay, so those were the three. So let's do these again because you can identify your go-to. You're gonna have one that's gonna be like, oh, that's me. And type in your go-to as you know it. So the first one, remember, fight. You want to put your dukes up, you got your hands and fists. Second one is flee. So flee is like you just want to leave, run away. And you might know this from your own past experience. And the third one is freeze. So you're just tense, holding your breath. I hope nobody notices I'm here. Just gonna sit and sink into the wall. No one sees me. I'm not breathing, so they must not know I'm here. Right? So like those are the three things. So which one are you? Fight, flight, or freeze? Personally, I really identify with freeze. Okay, so the antidote of freezing, we covered the, we'll go through these, but actually there's a fourth one I want to introduce too. So this is fainting before we get into them. So fainting is like, you just want to like help, you want to just like fall down to the floor. I got my hand over my forehead, like, oh, it's me, a little bit of like overcoming with this. And so you just want to faint to the floor. So there's 3 plus a bonus, we'll call it fainting. Okay, and so the fainting, imagine whatever brings you joy, like scoops you up, like that love that you have for someone or something. Maybe it's your favorite place to sit in your house, your favorite like remote location that feels really comforting to you. Imagine that just brings you joy and it comes in to like swoop up and keep you up, right? The freeze one, I didn't mention this, but freeze when you are tense and holding your breath. The antidote to that is to wiggle. So just like wiggle your toes, start with your smaller appendages, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, maybe you move your neck, maybe your shoulders, maybe you move your arms, maybe you move your body. So you're just wiggling, allowing your body to say, hey, I don't have to be frozen. I don't have to freeze. I'm here. I can do this. All right. So these are really, really good practice physical exercises. When you feel daily anxiety, they can diffuse. You're using movement and you're literally consciously, like intentionally moving this away. I call these daily pauses. So let's do them again. So whatever one you have that you want to go to, just imagine yourself in that fight, flee, freeze, or faint. whatever that one is, go for it. I could put on some music and we could kind of like move to this, which I think I won't do because it's Facebook and they might like to take us away. But maybe when I do this again I might make this a podcast. We'll see. We can do that again. So just go ahead, take your day, take whatever's going on with you and pick one of those stances. Yeah. All right, I'm going into my sumo stance. Freezing, I'm going to wiggle, but I also think I do flee as well pretty easily. So fleeing is knowing I can feel safe in this wider stance, this beautiful space that I've created for myself. All right. All right, now go ahead and just shake it out. Woo! I hope you have a dance party later on. Go ahead and sit down if you were standing up. All right, so how was that for you? There's so many other ways, but I think physical is the fastest way to tell your body. Your nervous system is literally on fire. Like it responds to you, like, as we all know, hundreds of times faster than your logical brain. So if you sit there and go, what am I going to do to diffuse anxiety? You can think about it, but then use your body or sound or breath to get out of it. But we're going on movement today. And these are great practices that you can take with you anywhere, no matter what you're up against. Might be, something that you do every day that just brings you a little bit of fear. You're going to feel more safe, secure, and regulated. Your nervous system, your rest and digest mode can kick in, get you out of that cortisol over elevated state, the active elevated cortisol, the chronic cortisol, adrenaline that is a very typical response right now in chronic stress, and get you out of that. Okay, so as a leader, as a woman in business, someone who's just doing their thing, know that this is something that you can use in your arsenal, right? And just pull this out for yourself anytime and diffuse daily anxiety. There's other ways to do that as well. If you didn't want to use movement, breath can work. You can even journal. I would say you're moving your hand and your brain is doing that, but it's not going to be as quick as these physical movements. I think that will work for you faster. But it's up to you, whatever works, right? Remember, a daily pause, an intentional shift in behavior is about what works for you. All right, any questions, my love? Anything going on that you'd like to share? If you're watching the replay, you can type in replay, and I love to know who's been watching and who I can support out there doing things differently, working towards living your best life, getting into that state of consistent confidence and calm and clarity. I call them the 3 C's of leadership. They are essential, I think, for all of us. And if we don't feel like those, you might get a glimpse of them every now and then, which is awesome, but why would you not want to be in those levels for yourself? Because then you start to feel, your whole life is aligned for and with you when you get to those spaces. So if you are feeling like you want some support getting on the train of diffusing daily anxiety, I want to know. I would love to help and support you. So please reach out to me, message me. You can message me directly. You can comment in the chat here. Just type in daily movement. Daily movement. That's it. Daily movement. I am here to support you, see what's going on. Let's get to the root cause of anxiety too. We can't do that on a call like this, just with everybody being in a different space. But I want to support you. You're important. You matter. And why would you not want, that's the first step, is really just saying yes to yourself. And then most people don't, most people just keep going the way they're going, and they wonder why nothing's doing that. They don't achieve their dreams. They don't do what they're needing to do, wanting to do in life. But here's the deal, like, we can change that. It's so exciting, but you can't do it without taking the first step, which is something different. And I want to support you with that. I have next month, I've opened up 5 spots for my 12-week program, Executive Leadership Accelerator. 5 spots for women in business, women corporate leaders who are ready, who are willing and ready to master their EQ, to master their emotional intelligence, so they are more confident, calm, and clear, so that they feel the vigor again, to like reclaim your life, your aliveness, your vitality, and so much more. We start October 4th, I want to say. It's the first, might be the 5th. It's the first week of October, and there's only 5 spots. I don't work with anyone who's not ready. And if you feel like that's something you're excited about or want to learn more about, then also message me. Just message me in chat. Just say like daily movement, like all of it. Just, I would love to just reach out. We'll figure something out that can work for you. But this course, Executive Leadership Accelerator, is designed to put you from whatever level you're at to like the next bigger level for your transformation, for you to step into that beautiful person you are, who can shine in the world and leave the anxiety behind, and know that that's not your life. That is work and baggage that you've picked up over trauma, over experience, and it's not necessary anymore. But you have to learn how to get out of it, along with your getting out of like all these other things that are in the way. And I'm happy to share more if you are interested. But I share that because I want you, if that resonates and you're like, ooh, I'm interested, then let me know. I'd love to be supportive of you. And I'm excited for us to connect in that way. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed the fear melters, and I hope you practice them today. Go out and do a dance party, have some fun. I know I already had a dance party myself, and I'm excited. I'm actually going to a concert tonight. I'm going to see One Republic, and all I've been doing is listening to them. So I'm very excited. All right, everyone. Much love, and I'll see you later. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.